What's going on, Cowboys Nation? This is your boy, back again with some absolutely earth-shattering, mind-blowing news straight out of Dallas, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this is one of the biggest stories to hit the Cowboys franchise in years. Just minutes ago, reports started flooding social media, NFL insiders are lighting up Twitter, and the fan base is in total disbelief because it's official, or at least, very, very close to official. The Dallas Cowboys have reportedly traded their rising star quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. That's right, folks. Shedeur, the much-hyped, highly talked-about young QB, son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, has been dealt in what's shaping up to be a historic and possibly franchise-altering trade. And the craziest part? Jerry Jones, the face of the Dallas Cowboys organization, has allegedly confirmed the deal behind closed doors. While the official press conference hasn't dropped just yet, multiple sources close to the team claim Jones has signed off on the move, and internal confirmation has already happened. I mean, who saw this coming? This is absolutely wild, and I've got all the details, the speculation, the fallout, the what comes next, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video because this is a moment that could define the next decade of Cowboys football. So, let's break this thing down. Now, if you've been following the Cowboys even a little bit this past year, you know Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be the guy. Whether you believed he was the future franchise quarterback or just a high-upside project, there is no denying the spotlight that's been on him ever since he entered the NFL conversation. With that famous Sanders name, an impressive college resume, cool under pressure, and a father who's not only a Hall of Famer but one of the most influential figures in football today, expectations were sky high. The Cowboys bringing him in wasn't just a football decision, it was a statement. A brand move. A signal that Dallas was trying to build for the future with swagger, with marketability, and with an identity. Shedeur brought all of that. But now? That's all flipped. Because as of today, it looks like that chapter is already coming to an end. So what happened? Why did Dallas, a team that's always searching for that next great quarterback, decide to move on so soon? Was it performance? Was it personality? Was it part of a bigger picture move that we're just not seeing yet? According to early insider reports, the Cowboys are finalizing this trade as part of a much larger strategic shift. Word is, the front office and Jones in particular is fed up with developing players for the future. He wants to win now. There's been growing pressure after repeated playoff failures, and whispers say Jerry is tired of potential. He wants production. Right now. And if you've watched the way this franchise has operated over the last couple of years, it makes sense. The Cowboys have gone through cycles of building up young talent, only to stall out in January when it really counts. It's frustrating, and fans know it. So, it seems the brass upstairs looked at Shedeur Sanders, yes, a promising young quarterback, but still inexperienced, and said, "We don't have time for that." Instead, they're flipping him for what's being described as a massive return. No official trade package has been released at the time of this recording, but we're hearing that it involves multiple early-round draft picks and possibly an established veteran quarterback in return. Some are saying it could even include players on both sides of the ball, maybe a receiver or even an O-line piece. This isn't just a toss-away move. This is big, strategic, risky, and it's going to have ripple effects across the entire league. But let's pause here. Because I know what some of y'all are thinking, they just got this kid, and now they're trading him away? What happened? And look, I get it. This move is emotional. It stings. Whether you loved Shedeur's game or were just curious about his growth, you saw the potential. He brought a new energy. That calm swagger, the way he read defenses, the poise in the pocket, it wasn't perfect, but it was promising. And let's not forget, this guy had pressure like no other. Being the son of Deion Sanders? That alone is a headline every Sunday. And yet, he stayed focused. He worked. He put his head down and tried to earn his shot. So for Dallas to pull the plug this quickly, you know there had to be something major going on behind the scenes. Maybe it's the scheme. Maybe the coaches didn't see the fit long term. Maybe Sanders himself wanted a clearer path to starting, and with Dallas still weighing other options, including Dak Prescott's contract situation, perhaps both sides felt it was better to move on now than drag things out. Now, let's talk about Jerry Jones for a second. Love him or hate him, and believe me, there's no in between. The man knows how to keep his team in the headlines. He's a showman, a businessman, and a strategist all rolled into one. If this trade is indeed happening under his direct approval, which sources say it is, then you know he has a plan. He's not shipping off a high-profile player like Shedeur Sanders without a vision for what comes next. So what, I ask next? Well, there's speculation that this move could be the first domino in a much bigger chain reaction. Think about it. What if Dallas is planning to use those new picks to trade up in the next draft? Maybe to snag a QB they're really high on. Or maybe they're packaging those picks to make another blockbuster trade, maybe to shore up the defense, or bring in a veteran QB like Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, or even someone unexpected. Or maybe, just maybe, they've already lined up a free agent or trade target and needed the cap space and leverage that moving Shedeur would provide. Whatever the case, you can bet Jones isn't done yet. He's going all in. And that's going to make the next few weeks very, very interesting. And let's not forget the fan reaction. The internet is already going wild. Cowboys Twitter is split right down the middle. Some fans are furious, saying this is just another sign that Dallas doesn't know how to build consistency, that we're giving up on talent too soon, that we're chasing shiny objects instead of investing in the foundation. Others? They're fired up. They're saying this is what a real Super Bowl push looks like: cutting dead weight, flipping assets, taking risks. And honestly, both sides make good points. Because this move? It's a gamble. It could blow up in the Cowboys' face if Sanders turns into a star somewhere else. But it could also pay off huge if the picks we get turn into game changers, or if the incoming players step in and elevate us to real contention. That's the NFL. That's the business. High risk, high reward. Now, if you're wondering where Sanders might end up, let's speculate for a second. There are several teams in need of a quarterback, especially one they can mold into a long-term starter. Teams with aging QBs, or rebuilding rosters, or offensive-minded head coaches looking for their guy. He could land somewhere like the Vikings, Falcons, Titans, Raiders, places where the competition is thin and the opportunity is there. And honestly, I think wherever he goes, Sanders is going to bring fire. He's got that chip on his shoulder. He's not just playing football, he's trying to build a legacy, separate from his father's but still proud of that connection. He's got everything to prove now, and something tells me he's going to rise to the occasion. That's just who he is. And for the Cowboys? Well, now they've got a hole to fill. A quarterback room in flux. Questions swirling. Media on fire. It's going to be chaos, the good kind, or the bad kind. Only time will tell. So, to wrap this up, this is a seismic move. The Dallas Cowboys, one of the biggest brands in sports, just pulled off one of the boldest trades we've seen in recent memory. Whether this turns into a genius front office move or a disastrous miscalculation will depend on what happens next. Do the Cowboys have a plan? Are we going all in for a title run? Are we rebuilding on the fly? Is there another surprise coming? Nobody knows yet. But what we do know is this: Shedeur Sanders is no longer a Cowboy. Jerry Jones just shook up the league again. And nothing about the NFL landscape will look the same after this. Cowboys Nation, this is your moment. Drop a comment below, tell me how you feel. Are you mad? Are you hyped? Do you support this move, or do you think the front office is spiraling? Hit that like button if you want more updates as this story develops, subscribe for daily NFL breakdowns, and make sure those notifications are on because the next 72 hours are going to be wild.